guys, so I've been getting a few requests as to how I do my makeup. Obviously my hair is not done yet, but my makeup is, and so in this video I'm going to be showing you how I do my foundation, eyeshadow, eyeliner, and all of that. Just a disclaimer, I am obviously not a professional makeup artist, but this is how I do my makeup, so I hope it helps you out and I hope you enjoy. So right now I'm obviously not wearing any makeup. The first step that I use to do my makeup is I use e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer. Looks like this, and I just take a little dab of that, like 2 pumps, and put it all over my face. Okay, so the next thing that I do is I use my Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse foundation, and I'm shade Light 1 Porcelain Ivory. It says airbrush finish, so I've pretty much been using this for as long as I can remember. It's my favorite foundation that I like to use. And how I apply it is I just put 3 pumps on my finger and I dab it all over my face. Okay, so once that's all nice and blended, I go in with a second coat, and this time I just do 2 drops on my hand, and then I'm using the e.l.f. small stipple brush, and I just get a little bit on the stipple brush and go back in over any problem areas and also the main T-zone area. After I do my foundation, I take my e.l.f. under eye concealer and highlighter, and I use the concealer as if I would just use any normal concealer and put it over any problem areas. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic. After I'm done with my concealer, I go back in with the highlighter and I just put it underneath my eyes to highlight the main areas of my face. And I also put it on my nose and my main T-zone area. Okay, so as you can see, I did my highlight and my foundation is done. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set my foundation with this CoverGirl powder. It's just looks like this, and it's loose powder professional. I'm shade 105 translucent fair, and I usually just use the thing that came with it in the package, and then I blend it in using a kabuki brush from e.l.f. So I basically just take the container like this and I dab a little bit into the lid. And then take my little puff here and put it on my face. And how I put this on is I press it because I don't want to smear the foundation. So I kind of lightly press and dab. Okay, so now on to my blush. I use e.l.f. blush. It's a Fuchsia Fusion shade, and I take my kabuki brush and I just dab it into the blush. So obviously this is not the greatest lighting ever, but you can kind of see the highlight and like how the blush kind of gives it a little bit of contour and color. Okay, so now on to my contour. I just use this big palette that I got from Walgreens, and I use a slightly darker color than my blush for the contour. And I put my contour on my cheekbones. So as you can see, my foundation is all done. And now I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. So moving on to my eyebrows, I usually just use an eyeshadow palette, and since my hair is basically a silvery blonde, I use this light kind of beige blonde color to fill in my eyebrows, and I use an angled brush, and I just start at the end and work my way out, and I get darker as I am approaching the end of the brow to give it a little bit of an arch. So my brows are all finished, and now I'm going to move on to eyeshadow. Here I'm using L'Oreal Paris Studio Secrets Bright Shadow, and this is particularly called Flare shade 404. And for the lid color, I'm going to use the red. And for my brush, I'm just using this eyeshadow smudger that I bought at Icing. Okay, so as you can see, my lid color is done, and now all I have to do is add a highlight color and a crease color. So for my highlight color, I'm going to use this, the other side of the palette. And I'm just going to put that right underneath my eyebrow. So for my crease color, I'm going to use a sparkly dark brown that is in this palette. As you can see, it has a little bit of shimmer to it on the very bottom. And I am using my blending eye brush from e.l.f. that looks like this. And I'm just going to take a little bit of product, tap out the excess, and work it from the outside inwards. So as you can see, I'm pretty much for the most part done with my eyeshadow. And it looks like this. And I just have to do a few more blending things before I can say that it's completely finished. I guess you could say this is more of a slightly dramatic look, although it is a little bit on the soft side, but it does go along the lines of a smoky eye effect. So the next thing that I do is I take my liquid eyeliner, and the liquid eyeliner that I use is Telescopic by L'Oreal Paris in Carbon Black. And this is actually not my favorite liquid eyeliner. The eyeliner that I really prefer is Exaggerate by Rimmel London. But for the purposes of this video, we are using Telescopic. And what I do is I work from the inner corner, and I do it a thinner line on the inside, and I kind of do a thicker line as I go outwards. So I want kind of a very dramatic cat eye look. So I do it very angled and sort of straight, and then I just go and fill it in later after I get the basic line down. So this is what it looks like with eyeliner and without. Like I said, I like the thicker, more dramatic wing. So now I'm just going to do that on the other eye. I will So this is what it looks like with both the eyes done up with the liquid eyeliner. And the eyeshadow. Next thing I'm going to use is Master Smoky Eye by Maybelline New York, and it's a self-sharpening pencil in smoky charcoal, and it has the color on one side and the blending sponge on the other side. So what I do is I lightly put a thin line stop where the water line is. I don't really go too much further than that on both eyes. And now I'm just going to take the blending sponge side and kind of make it a little more So as you can see, I blended the eyeliner on the bottom to be smoky and very kind of thick, but yet soft looking. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my mascara. I use 24-hour Power Volume. I think this is L'Oreal. And I put it on my bottom lashes. It's a really, really big and thick brush, so I generally just be very careful with it. And I kind of use the very end of it as well. So after the bottom mascara, I then put a thin coat of mascara on my top lashes. So we are almost finished. The next thing I'm going to do is just apply some false eyelashes. So here I have this full-size false eyelash set, 70 piece. From Bundle Monster. I got it on Amazon for I think $17 maybe. And it has 70 pairs. It's great. And so today's eyelashes are going to be thicker, like more volume, and very dramatic. So these eyelashes are already pre-trimmed because I wore them yesterday, but here's how I'm going to do it. I'm using Duo eyelash adhesive in clear white, and I'm putting a thin strip of eyelash glue along the eyelash band. Like so. And the trick is to let the glue get tacky for about 30 seconds before you try to apply it, because if you don't, then it's just going to be a big mess. My fingers starting at the inner corner. Mind you, I am applying these lashes with one hand because I have the camera in my other hand. So I'm trying here. Okay, so I've got one lash applied, one to go, and then we will blend them together. Okay, so we've got our false eyelashes on, and normally you want to curl them so they fit in with your natural eyelashes. But for the purposes of this video, I don't have a curler, so we're just gonna blend them in using mascara. So, to further blend in the eyelashes, I'm going to go back with my liquid eyeliner and fill in any spaces that I see between the natural and the false. Okay, so that pretty much does it for our makeup tutorial. Then I would normally put on some type of lip color or lip gloss. And then obviously my hair is not straightened yet. But yeah, that does it for the makeup portion of the video. So I hope you guys liked it, and thank you for watching.